You're listening to the Jarod Beeman podcast, baby.
Welcome back to the JBP episode 20, let's say 26, I'm not sure.
I think 30.
Really?
Didn't you say 29s recently? I don't know.
And it's funny because I'm like, this won't come out for like 2 weeks.
You're banked, yeah, probably.
Yeah, I banked another one of those, which absolutely nobody asked for, but last week's episode was another one of those, like GTA Casino. Like, did you watch last time I did that? No one else did.
Solo?
Yeah, solo,
No.
and I was playing Xbox.
No.
Literally, I just, I was
don't
bored.
play video games, so I can't bring myself to watch somebody else play video games.
I don't watch people play video games either, and I just randomly was like, because when I'm very bored, and me and all my friends are bored from home, we get on GTA Online, go to the casino, and play blackjack together. Because we're like, it's kind of like we're playing blackjack in real life.
It's a community.
It's literally like there's no game other than us sitting at a table playing blackjack. So I recorded a pod of that months ago.
Okay.
Where I was like, I feel like this may be kind of a funny format. If I'm just sitting playing blackjack and like talking to you guys, did terrible.
Yeah,
but I did a part 2 last week, which will probably do bad again. But
Hey, if at first you don't succeed,
yeah,
give it another
I was
shot.
like, maybe this one will do good. And this one was way worse because you guys have seen I lost all the money very quickly. But let me intro you. Welcome back to the JBP, Josiah. And you know what's hilarious? Comedian Discovery Live. Josiah, I don't know your last name.
Oh, it's funny because I've leaned so hard into JBP. I'm Josiah Burke. So
Really?
I'm JB as well.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Someone was asking me the other day. First of all, sorry, you can give an intro of yourself. Like, what do you do? What do you do with Comedian Discovery?
We can get into long form of it, but essentially, like,
Your little elevator
I
pitch.
promote specials.
Yep.
Originally started as like, all right, Netflix has their shit,
Mhm.
Hulu's got theirs, HBO. Where do I go if I'm like a, YouTube special with a couple thousand followers?
Yeah.
I'm trying to get the word out. I've just spent my life savings to get a special out. Where do
Yeah.
I go? And I kind of wanted to become that. It was around the time, like not long after, like Shane Gillis and Scholes put their specials on
Yeah.
YouTube, where I was just like, oh, YouTube's just gonna be the place specials go now.
Yeah.
For people that, just the amount of specials. Per
you
year.
started back then.
I started in like 2023.
Yeah.
That was like the original inspiration. I can't remember the years on those first ones, but those were the first like
That was close,
flagship of like, here you go.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, all right, here's my format. Kind of thought of like, you're younger than me, but like TV Guide back in the day, whatever. It's like, all right, this month in comedy, here's the specials. And then like the big sales pitch was like, in my head was like, all right, if I'm hanging out between the Netflix specials and I'm a nobody,
Yeah.
and then everybody shares this thing because I'm promoting their special, now the guy with 3,000 followers gets to be on the special list with Mark Norman.
Yeah.
Whatever. It's like, that's what happens. Like Mark will share my shit, and
Yeah.
now like Joe Blow from Nashville's special is on Mark Norman's page for the day or whatever.
And it's like, it really quickly has turned into a format where it's like the people that did, and I'm sure you have so many stories of it, but it's like the people that had 3K followers, like even up to a year ago, but like 3 to 5 years ago, those are the people that are the Mark Normans now. Like not
Sure,
Mark
not
Norman,
literally, but yes,
but
yeah,
like
yeah.
literally, like they are blowing up that quick, and it's people that you probably have been working with and building those
Yeah,
relationships
it's been really
with.
cool to like see people take off. I've seen it more on like the graphics side where like I
For
help
sure.
comics promote and shit like that. But like, it's interesting because I always said like in the beginning, like everybody is somebody's favorite comic,
Mm-hmm.
and like I make the joke like that might just be your parents. But
Yeah,
when
yeah.
I find like
It's a great
comic
quote.
that can crush,
Yeah.
I'm just like, nobody's heard of this guy. And that was kind of like the branding. I'm like, what do I want to name this thing? It's like, discover your favorite comedian.
Mhm.
Like,
Yeah.
comedian discovery. It's like, I've never heard of this guy. He's in Idaho
Mm-hmm.
doing bar shows,
Yeah.
just murdering, but he never moved to
Yeah.
Chicago or New York, so you don't know.
Yeah.
I keep using the word guy, but there's girls too. That
Tons
are
of
fun.
some of the funniest comedians I've seen in Nashville are the girls.
Oh yeah,
I've never seen one bad female comedian in Nashville. Literally, every open mic I've been to, they're all killers.
Nashville shapes really good female comics, but there's not enough of them, which is weird. I was looking at a poster
Still low quantity, yeah.
not too long ago. So, off of that, so like basically it's been like 3 tiers, like promote specials.
Yep.
Then I kind of like accidentally built a brand. Like I
Yeah.
say it all the time. I can't believe
Yeah.
like 16,000 people give a shit about
Yeah.
what I'm doing.
And they are dedicated, like very loyal followers.
Yeah.
I was talking to like Taylor and Clump about that, which we can get into later about the showcase. But I was like, his page, like your page probably has more value in selling tickets to the comedy showcase that we're putting on than
Sure.
Bussin' does. I mean, like Bustin has 700,000 followers, but I was like, those are dedicated, loyal. They're buying tickets. Like they're following
like
for
page,
no other reason.
Yeah, so like the other page is like Comedian Discovery Live. So that's like, okay, now I want to do shows. And
Yeah.
I saw an opportunity in Nashville that they're just like, Zany's is one of the best clubs in the country. We have a great club, but it's a headliner club. Like New Yorkers are picking a weekend. They're coming here. It's got showcases, but not tons of them. Like there's just not that much stage time for a Nashville up and coming comedian. And also, I live in the suburbs, so I was like, I always talk about Zany's, and people are like, "Where? What?" I'm like, "Oh, you
so
just
funny.
don't go down there." And one of the best clubs in the country. So I was like, "All right, let's pull this out to the suburbs. There's tons of Nashville comics. Let's produce some shows." And that's kind of when the show thing got started.
So you didn't go into it wanting to start shows?
No,
that's so cool. Like I would say, like I think it's kind of funny because like about a year ago, this whole channel was dedicated to like, do you know those YouTube channels like Podcast Cringe and that shit on comedians? Like for the most part, I tried to do the opposite of that. It was like I don't know if you ever watched any of those.
I've heard you talk about it, but I haven't gone back and looked.
I was
are
actually
they
pretty
archived. Or are they still there?
I have them all privated. It's funny because I actually I never privated them up until like a week or two ago. I'm not embarrassed of them. It's truly just as if.
Are you talking about specials?
I was talking about like story, like I forgot what my little elevator pitch was, but it was like storylines within the comedy podcast world. But my big thing was like the Podcast Cringes and the Too Lazy to Try. I think that was his name. It's another huge channel. Like I didn't want to be negative. It was like a positive version of that. Yeah, so it was only like just interesting, cool stories. Like my favorite one that I made that did not like perform the best, but it was about this isn't really a podcast like storyline. It's more just a comedian storyline. But Norm Macdonald, like I'm sure you know the whole, I don't know if it's a theory, but it's like how he was kind of like leaving little hints about his eventual passing. Like, and it was a punchline kind of that it was like, oh, I didn't even know he was sick. That was the punchline that he again, it's a theory, but he got everyone to say it. And there's a lot of like, there's like evidence that he was like trying to set up this huge joke. Okay. That when he passed away, everyone said the thing that he was kind of setting up everyone to say. It may not be real, but I thought it was such like an endearing, cool, like sweet comedy story. That's my favorite video I made. But it was like random things like that, like comedy nerd
like
stories,
a little niche thing, yeah.
But it was,
and that's what Comedian Discovery is like. In the beginning when I started it, I had a lot of comics like this page is going to explode or whatever. And I told them, and I told myself, I'm like, I don't think so. I think you have to be like pretty hardcore into comedy to care about this many specials or a comic that wants to be there. And I'm fine with that. Like it's a niche community. It's very
it's a growing industry though.
Like, it's very like people that are there and they've been there from day one are like they're like cheering me on. It's pretty cool. Like I've built relationships with people I'll probably never meet. Yeah.
What I was gonna say off of that, like literally off of what you just said, was when I was doing those videos and I was working at Bustin' with the Boys still, that's like when I first saw you like engaging with like either my post or Bustin' stuff, and I'd always like known your name way before I had ever done comedy.
That's interesting.
And it's funny because like everyone in our office like just knew your name because it's like we know the people that are in our comments, like not a lot, but it's like if we see a name like 5 times, it's like, oh, we remember their name. Like we know like, all of our fans' names, like the engagers.
When we first started talking, you were like, he's a big Bussin' fan. Like I really wasn't a huge Bussin' fan, but I'm a Michigan fan, so I knew LeJuan. And then I was in like the Barstool world a little bit, mainly in like the Shane Gillis case race world.
That's pretty much where I was. Did you watch? This is a side note. Do you watch a new Untold Story, the Anus Pod?
No.
I would recommend that to anyone and everyone. It's like probably one of the best comedy podcasts at Barstool. It's been around forever. I think one of them does comedy now. Neither of them did stand up for a long time, but it's just they like write for their podcast, and it is incredible. Like it's so funny.
I have a hard time keeping up with all podcasts, but like they have to be somewhat comedy adjacent.
Son of a Boy Dad's the main one.
Son of a Boy Dad would be the main one. I love Francis and Sass, and Roan's one of the better people on the internet. And then I do like I like Feidelberg a lot, who's kind of dabbled in stand up. Now he's opening for Bert sometimes, like which is crazy to just like walk into that world. But yeah, so like I don't know where my thought was before that, but like the Barstool world and like commenting and stuff, like because they're Nashville too, it feels cool. Like I moved to Nashville in like 2020. I'm not like a Titans fan, but like when you go somewhere, it's like I'm gonna embrace this team or whatever. And like Will and Taylor were so fun to like get behind. And then I think I went to I went to Shane Gillis at the Ryman, and Taylor like was on the God.
Really?
Before.
Yeah.
Like
that is so
he
funny.
announced him coming out. I was like, that's LeJuan.
Was that a couple years ago?
Yeah, this would have been like I can't remember. I saw Shane Gillis in like his last. I definitely didn't discover Shane Gillis, but I saw him in like his last like club weekend.
Yeah.
It was at Zany's, and like it sold out so quick. I sat like super front, and I was just like, I like seeing somebody where it's like, oh, they're clearly about to graduate from clubs.
Yeah.
Like
I saw Matt McCusker there, and I felt so cool. Like it was like however many years ago that I'm sure he might be in theaters now. I really don't know.
He's probably still a club comic, but like it's interesting when you just like can tell like you're at the. It's like when you find a new band.
Yeah,
like, that's how comics are for me. It's like nobody's ever heard of this guy. Check out this special.
When I saw Fiona open for Mark, which I think you were at that show, I was like, I mean, I'm sure she was already big by that point. I'm not sure how big she was.
She was, yeah.
But I was like, oh my God. Like me and Clump, my Boston friend, were like just howling laughing at her. And we were like, I'm just so happy to see her getting like, again, she may have been getting that spotlight before, but I feel like she's everywhere I look right now. Which is so
she
sick.
wasn't until Kill Tony. I'm a big fan of like, that's funny too. Like, for the live shows, I had Fiona booked. Like, I know her now husband, Matt Taylor. Like, they're both great comics.
Yeah.
I had her booked on like a Franklin bar show.
Yeah.
And I sent the graphic to, I make graphics for John Goblicon.
Yeah.
I sent it to him the other day because she was on his pod. And sorry, I accidentally like name dropped this whole time. But anyway.
No, go ahead.
I had Fiona on this show. And we sold no tickets, and there was a tornado that night.
Yeah.
So we ended up canceling. But like I looked it up, and it's like 2 or 3 months before she's on Kill Tony, and she's like one of the bigger tickets.
So crazy.
And then like Amber Autry too.
Yeah.
Like, she hosted one of my shows at like City Winery, and Brendan Sagalow headlined. And now Amber Autry's like a sellout machine. So it's cool to see those people where it's like you found them and you're like, oh, these are great comics.
Yeah.
Like once people discover them, they're gonna blow up, and it's like from like being on my stupid shows to unbookable. In a few months is crazy. It's
funny because it felt like such a cheat code because it was like I keep going back to like when we first. So then it was like when I first started comedy, which was only I have no idea, maybe like I'll call it 6 to 7 months ago, maybe something like that. And it was just like I had already seen your name, and I was like, oh, I should just hit this dude up. And then I think that's when we first started like talking. And it was just like instantly such a helpful relationship. And it was like since we were booking that punishment show, it was funny because it was like it's just funny like booking a show sounds. I thought it sounded simple. Like I didn't think that was a hard thing. And it's just like saying it out loud. That is such a complicated process if you're not in that world.
Yeah.
And then, like you were so nice to help with that show. And we're like, I think we got it. Like because I was like, I'm not really in a place to like tell someone to book it because I was like, I'm just like I'm the victim here of the of this punishment that I have to do. And then quickly we were all like in meeting rooms trying to book this show, and we're like, we don't even know like how do we find people? Do we just Google like who do we book?
It was hard for me to like,
but you did it overnight. That was the whole point. Then we texted you, and then it was like now we have this relationship.
It was hard for me from a distance to be like, these guys need my help, but they don't know it yet.
Oh yeah, 100%.
But also, it's not really my place to be like, guys, I got it. But like, it was so funny when it organically happened because like
it's like overnight.
You launched me in a group text with Clump, and I'm just like, what's the plan for the show? And you guys were just like,
we're like, and you're like, so what's the like the run of show? And we're like,
so I just kind of like broke it down, and Clump's like, love it.
Yep, yeah.
Like,
Clump's the most like he's such a smart business dude, and like he knows how to run a company like so well. But like it's just funny, like a thing like that. We're like, we have no idea.
Yeah, and like I was also trying to protect you because like it was already this show of like you were in your head correctly on like I don't deserve this.
I'm so scared to
like, I thought it made you further look like a dipshit if you were booking it with like not even knowing the terminology.
Yep, yeah.
Like it would have just been like if a comic got a DM from you where it's just like, hey, will you do I don't know how many minutes on this show? Like you were just gonna be set up for looking like a complete moron going into the night.
I vented you so much about that. Like like looking like a douchebag going into this show, which I'm sure I still did. But
we booked it right. Like we booked it with the right understanding, and like the expectations were right. Like I told all the comics, like
they were all nice. They're all
gonna
cool.
Crush.
Yeah,
it's gonna be a really fun, supportive crowd. They're there for Jarod's whatever.
Yeah,
and like he either eats shit or does well, and either way,
it's
fun, I think. And it ended up going really well.
Yeah,
it was honestly like one of the coolest nights I've been a part of.
It makes me so happy. That's why I'm glad that we get to keep doing it, like with the showcases. And it's like it's such a I don't know. I'm just so excited. Like, so one thing is like I've told you, and I'm curious your opinion. Like, I was so overthinking going into that. Like, I don't deserve this because I don't deserve this. But it's like, and then it's like since I like am blessed enough to get to work at Boston where they're like in media, that we now get to put on this little like monthly showcase where it's like I won't even do that much time. Like at most I'll like host or do a couple minutes, but it's like these seasoned comedians will get more time.
Sure.
But I was so hesitant to do these like type of opportunities, like the showcase or like when you give me guest spots. Like it's so funny because you're like, dude, this is like nothing. Like it's not. But like to me, literally, it is like the biggest deal in the world. I'm like, this is so cool that I get to do a couple minutes on these shows. Like, again, even if I bomb, like we have 2 next week, it's like. Yeah. Like I'm nervous for them, but I'm so excited, and it's like anyway, the direction I'm going is I used to think it's like I used to be very hesitant to do these things because of relationships with like people like you or like Bustin'. But then when I had Caroline on, she really put my mind at ease. She's like if you're in a circumstance to do something, just do it. Like who would be mad at you? And she's like, most of these people that you think would be mad at you aren't. And if someone like really does have a problem with it, then like that's. Yeah, it's okay. Then they have a problem with it.
Barstool is a great example. Like they've churned out like some great comics. Like Sess is a real.
He's comic. The one that made me really scared of it.
Francis is a real fucking comic. Like great joke writers, a great hour.
But Sass got shit on at the beginning because
for sure.
They thought that he had a leg up because he worked at Barstool, and he's talked about that. I think. Yeah, it's either like a Mandela effect memory. Like I think he talked about that at the beginning.
I feel like he has, and also like I know more than anybody. Like these clubs are restaurants.
Yes,
they don't care. Like, if you can fill the room up and they can do the 2-drink minimum, you're in.
I thought Zanies would care more, too, about our showcase. And they were just like...
they are restaurants, but also, like, it's up to you to build a fan base. And if, like, there's been a lot of TikTokers get hate on, like, filling up rooms or whatever. But my opinion is, like, there's a following for everybody. Like, I promote pretty much all specials. Like, and when I was first starting, I get a lot of comments like, this special sucks. I'm like, you don't have to watch it. I'm just telling you it's out. Like, I am factual. Like, I didn't say this is the best special of the year. I just said it's out on YouTube.
Yeah.
Go watch or don't.
Like my like little 15-minute thing. Like I'm sure objectively it's terrible compared to most people's. Like it's just one shot the whole time. Like visually it's not that good. The comedy's not that good.
It's
like
the longest you've ever been on stage.
Exactly.
And it's on YouTube.
Yeah,
like,
which is
what do you expect?
Yeah, I kind of like that. Like I've turned heel in my head where I'm like I'm fine with that. Like I kind of like that. My not worst night, but my like scariest night is already out there because now my anything moving forward
Anything's
is
up,
like
yeah.
Like if I bomb at all these guest spots, I mean I don't want to because you've been gracious enough to put me on the shows, but like I'm just not nearly as scared anymore.
I also just think that like I think Lee told you this, but like God, nobody cares as much as you. And like,
shout out.
When I look like I'd love to have you on the show. I want to push you, especially if we're gonna do the lab thing. I want you to find new jokes that work, but also like. You need like a deadline. I watched you with the show. Like you needed to have to work in order to be ready. So like you need these little shows and like there's legitimate like next Wednesday there are 5 seasoned comics after you. If you eat shit, nobody's gonna remember.
Yeah.
Like yo, Lee was funny. Katie crushed.
Exactly. Yeah.
Like what? Nobody cares.
Even like little shows I've been to, like when I think about it, I'm like, I don't even remember, not in a disrespectful way, but I'm like, I don't even remember like the first comic or like, I'll remember little ones in the middle. Like, oh, I'm blanking on his name. The show at the Luna place that you invited me and my girlfriend to.
Yeah.
John Bass, is that his name?
Yeah.
Dude, he, like, I DM'd him after the show.
Yeah.
I was like, I like remember that set. Like that, you had me howling. And I don't remember where he was in the lineup. And that was like a small show.
Yeah.
But I am a big fan of his now.
That's great.
I think, and
that's the point of the page is like, just because some of these guys don't get traction online or they don't have a good camera in the back of the clubs, like that dude works great rooms and he just doesn't have a big following, but he's a great comic.
I would like pay to go see him headline his name. Like he made me laugh so hard that night. Funny, and it's funny because I don't remember how long the set was, but I remember like finding his name after. I was like, who was that guy?
Comedian Discovery.
Yeah, right? And I went to your page and found it, and it's like it works. Like me and Mackenzie, my girlfriend, like she's not even the biggest like comedy nerd, but like going to that show and then going to like my show, like she's like, I love this world. Like it's so
a fun world, dude. And like, I think I was telling somebody about this, but like most people, like even when they go to like the best club in the world, like I've been to the Comedy Cellar a bunch of times, and like when I go, I see the lineups, I come out, I check out, I follow the comedians, and I realize like the Comedy Cellar is a very like touristy place, ton of tourists, sells out every show, and I was like, how are these people killing every night at the best club in the world and not have like a mega following? And the answer is people go to the show and they do not get online and find them.
That's
they don't
crazy.
care. But for me, as a nerd, I just think everybody's like me, where I'm just like, how aren't you looking up every comic that's just crushing from you? But like people just move on with their lives.
Yeah, it's crazy. Like, yeah, I don't know. It's nuts. I'm so excited to do the what's it called? The Jarod Beeman and Friends show. I'm nervous for that one, but like I do think it's like way less pressure. So yeah, it's like after that show that we did, the January 6th show. I think Taylor came up with it, right?
I think I did.
You did?
Yeah.
Taylor
I came
loved the
next day
idea.
and I told Taylor, I was like, we can do that in the lab monthly or quarterly.
Yeah, you sold him on it because then when you left, he was like pitching me and Clump. Like he pulled me and Clump aside and was like, "We got to do that. We got to do that." I told him,
I think those like Will and Taylor think like because it's a bussin' product, they have to be there. I told him, I'm like, we won't promise that you're there.
He loved that. Yeah.
If you want to come. If
he
you
wants to
don't,
host, but he was like, last minute, if I can't go, it's like, it's fine. Like, you don't have to be there. But
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, we won't promise to the fans that you're there. That's why I said, like, pull them off the graphic. Like, we're not making false promises, but like, if they're there and they want to come fuck around for 10 minutes on stage,
it's like a Nate show or whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
Nate Lund show. It is, it's such an interesting world. What's the most, I'm trying to think of like a good question when it comes to like this whole world to spark a conversation. What's been like the most difficult like thing to overcome in this business? I mean, that's a very vague question.
No,
but
I
like,
got a good answer for you because it took me a long time to like get traction.
Yeah.
Originally, when I started my page, I had noticed a bunch of pages that were just clips, and they charge comics.
Yep. Yeah. I've seen. Yeah, I've
like
seen
$5
those.
or $10, maybe even 20 Venmo.
Yeah.
I've got 1 million followers. Send me a Venmo. You can collab.
Mm-hmm.
And those pages basically rip clips off. So if you pay attention to like the beginning of those pages, it'll be like Shane Gillis, Mark Norman, Nate Bargatze, like just like on a loop. And I think it's Bargatze, but I started Bargatze. And
I always say Bargatze.
Yeah, I can't fix it. He jokes about it, so it's no big deal. But like those pages, typically in India, are stealing clips, going viral, and then once they've built a following, charging like schmuck comedians like you $20.
Yeah.
So it's just like a very predatory business model.
Yeah.
So when I first started, I'm like, not doing that. And then I also decided I wasn't going to steal any clips. Like, I'm not going to post a clip unless I have the comic's permission.
Yep. Yeah.
So if there's a clip on my page, the comic told me I could do it.
Yeah.
I don't edit it. Like, I don't put my watermark or logo on it because that's kind of shitty too. Like, it's not mine. And then I tag them. So like, if it were to go viral, like the comics tagged, and then they're in the caption, so you click on them. Because all the time you'll see like, I'll see comics all the time commenting on like shit and just like, hey, this is my joke.
Yeah.
Go ahead and give me credit.
Yeah.
Because that'll be like going viral, and then there's like no tie back to the
no
comic.
way to like actually like monetize off of it.
So I say that with like in the beginning, comics were so afraid that I like had ulterior motives.
Yeah.
And like a lot of times it'll be like, how much do you charge? Like, what do I need to do to be on the release radar? And it's like, nothing. Let me know when your special's coming out. If it is quality and like over 30 minutes is my rule. Yeah. It's a special.
Yeah.
Like every Don't Tell taping is not a special in my mind. They're awesome. They have their own platform, but like, I can't keep up with them. Like 10, 12 minute sets.
There's so many of them.
So yeah, like getting the buy-in that I was genuinely just here to help took a very long time because I think comics have been burned so many times. They've been like taken advantage of. And then graphics have been the next one. Like, I've been.
Do you charge for those?
I've started to.
I was gonna say I would. That's like in my opinion, like a service.
I basically did a year for free to prove that I was good at it.
Yeah.
And I basically had like a couple flagship comics, like John Goblicon.
Yeah.
And Chappelle Lacey's like my original. Like before he was about to release his Don't Tell half hour, I was just like, let me set up your page. I knew a couple comics that knew him, and I had been building graphics for like I would just see horrible graphics and be like, hey, do you need a show flyer for this?
Yeah.
And like most comics that I was gaining trust from couldn't afford anything. So they'd be like, oh, I can't afford anything. It's like, that's okay. I'd like to make it, like help you sell some tickets or whatever. And those have turned into like real relationships. And some of those are like almost like legacy clients where it's like, I still haven't charged them. But so Chappelle was like one of my like, all right, let's get you cooking on like a rhythm. And like, I was joking with him the other day. He had like a bunch of one-nighters last year. And like at the beginning of the year, they were like big rooms, Sunday nights, like off nights, like hoping to get 50, 100 people in the room.
Yeah.
I think when I first, he can fact check me on this, but when I first started working with him, he had like 150,000 followers.
Yeah.
And his Don't Tell crushed. It was good. All of the clips did well. And he started really like building a rhythm. And I was basically there on like the ground level of like, here's how we promote. You have a tour graphic. It gets pinned top left. Now here's your city graphic. And my graphics aren't like unreal, but they're just like club logo big as shit.
Yeah.
City big as shit.
Yeah.
Great picture of comic. Like that's the formula. Less is more. Hey, Milwaukee, I'm going to be whatever. We were joking the other day. He's selling out like everything now. He has like, I think 600,000 followers or something. And I remember like he went to Zany Chicago and it's like a smaller room and he hit me up after. He's like, bro, we sold it out. Like he says we on everything, which is super fun. And then last year, my sister went to a show for free like in Milwaukee. I got family everywhere. And he was just like, hey, dude, anybody, I'll put them on the guest list.
That's
whatever.
so
like,
sick.
I need some people. And I texted her the other day. I was like, I think your Chappelle Lacey like guest list days are probably over. He's selling out everywhere.
That is
and it's
so
really
funny.
cool to like see the rhythm. I made him graphics like constantly, and like he barely needs them anymore because he's just like selling.
That is so cool.
So now, but then I've started to charge, but I also still want to be like the cheapest in the game.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Because it's like it builds this cycle of like, all right, I make your graphics. All right, we do a show together. All right, here's your special, and like this cycle of all of that. And those relationships are cool. Like comics are broken and unable to self-promote.
Yeah, I mean, like I have a job, but it's like I don't expect if I keep doing comedy to make money for a very long time.
Very long.
And I don't even like really want not that I don't want to, but you know what I mean. It's like right now it's almost like when I first started it, JP asked me not to like derail the conversation. JP asked me, we both joke about this. We were in a car ride on the way to Chipotle together getting lunch. Yeah. And he's just such a like, I don't know how much you talk to JP. I glaze him so much on this podcast just to shit on him when I'm in person with him.
I love JP. I had a few conversations with him, but like I've watched his journey. I was like early on his bussin'.
He's probably like the biggest guy at Bussin' as far as like a presence online. But he's always just so like pushing people to like be their best version of themselves. And like when I would do the YouTube channel, like the comedy thing I was talking about earlier, we brought this up the other day. We both, it had to have been his idea because he's so like helpful in this manner. But we made a Google Doc where it's like our goals for 2025. And it's funny because I haven't even looked back at it because I was like, I've changed my like what I'm trying to do. Yeah. But he asked me on the way to Chipotle one day, he's like, dude, like all you talk about is comedy. Like you have this YouTube channel dedicated to comedy. He's like, you definitely want to do comedy. And I was like, I don't think so. I was like, and I kind of said the thing that we were joking about, like off camera. I was like, dude, like the way my like anxious OCD brain works is like, is it worth putting in the work if I'm scared of the best result? Which is such a weird. I've said that like 5 times on this podcast.
Wild
it's
angle.
Such a like almost disrespectful fear, but it's like it's almost it really in my head like it doesn't sound crazy to me. It's like if your goal with comedian discovery was become, we'll just say like I don't know, what's the biggest in that industry? Like I can't even. It's such
I don't know. Like Joke World's big, but he does like content. He's like on camera, so like I don't know what I am. But like,
we'll say Joke World for this conversation, but it's not actually Joke World. But like it's like then my negative head would be like, so what life problems does Joke World maybe have? Yeah, like he has to post so much. That's probably stressful. And that's like the way my brain thinks. I'm like, is it even worth doing all the work to get there? And JP's like, no, it's not about that. Like it's about the journey. I'm like, dude, you're right. And then I'm pretty sure that's like kind of how I got into it. And then
JP and Sherm have like some of the most like wholesome positivity and just like
they're both such good people.
Go get what you want. But like that is so funny. Well, I think you're going to like you respect comedy because it is not a financial goal.
Yes.
And like I think my page would suck if I had financial
motives.
I have a regular job and don't need it to produce money. But also it is hilarious that like your first thought is like, I don't know if I have time for arenas. You know what I mean? It's just like, dude, pump the brakes and do an open mic.
It's like, why would I spend the next decade chasing something that I might not like at the top? It's like, what a shitty attitude.
What an absurd take.
JP checked me. He's like, that's crazy, dude. Like, And
you Gotta have your JPs around. Speaking of which, I do need this to outperform JP's.
Yeah, we
episode.
need to crush JP's episode. Every episode that JP's been on, besides Caroline Banowitz.
I'm gonna boost every clip by like $1,000.
Let's go.
Let's get JP's numbers.
We're gonna pay for bots on this episode.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh, what was I about to say? It was off
Sorry.
of JP. No, you're good. Off of JP, off the pessimistic thing. No, I had no
just
idea
like
where I was
go
going.
do it. I mean, I think that was the final point of just like
Yeah,
go do it.
yeah.
Stop worrying about like absolute best case scenario.
Yeah.
It's just so funny.
It's such a weird like mental space to be in. But it's like now I remember I've probably told this story in here, but I just remember like riding in the car with my girlfriend. I was like, this is the last like check. It's like just like get her vibe on it. Because obviously it's like my future wife. It's like we kind of agree on everything. It's like I just wanted to see what her initial reaction would be. Because I'm like, if she's like cringed out at all, like then I'm like, that'll like kind of kill my because I'm already looking for a reason not to do it.
Yeah,
and I remember I remember like kind of just I was like, so I kind of thought of an idea. I was like, you know how I love comedy. I was like, what if I like started doing it? She's like, oh, that's fucking awesome. I was like, cool.
I have my wife's like it's interesting because I'm doing what when I produce shows specifically, I am doing what all comics would tell you is the worst part of comedy. And they only do it because they need the stage time. So I'm doing it for something that I don't want. Does that make sense?
Wow. Yeah, break that down. In
So,
my
like-
head, my dumb brain, I thought producing shows is such a respectable, cool thing.
I think it is from the comic perspective, but nobody wants to do it. It's a headache. It's hard to sell tickets.
Yeah.
Most comics aren't good at graphics.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Venue communication is a pain in the butt. Selling tickets,
Yeah.
ticketing, things are a pain. So like, I got into it because I thought like there needs to be more stage time, like more opportunity, blah blah blah. And then I realized like all the time people were like, "All right, so are you on this show?" And I'm like, "Oh, I don't do stand up." And they're like, "What?" Because like New York, Chicago, all those big cities, LA, comics start a show so that they can guarantee themselves stage time.
Yeah.
It's like I need to work on my material.
Yeah.
I can't get on any showcases.
Yeah.
I'm gonna find a bar and build my own.
Yeah.
So that's how it starts.
That does make sense.
So like my wife, but, two side stories, but like when I first started Comedian Discovery, I thought it might fail and be like super embarrassing.
Yeah.
I told nobody.
Yeah.
I literally was like, I think this is a thing and a
Yeah.
concept. So I started it, starts rolling, and my wife jokes, obviously very faithful, but she's like, God, I thought you were cheating on me. Like, what the hell are you doing on your phone over there? And I was just like, I honestly wanted the out to be able to delete this thing and not have to tell anybody
That is
about it.
so funny.
So I think I told her about it when I had like 1,000 followers. She's like, oh my God, like what the hell? And I'm just like, I genuinely thought it might be stupid and I could just like delete it and not have to owe anybody an explanation.
Yeah,
It was, like,
that is
dumb
so
thing
funny.
I tried. So that's like her go-to joke.
It's so funny because in my head, it's like there's nothing. I mean, I'm sure everyone's in their head like that. It's like we keep going back to like no one cares. It's like
Nobody cares.
Yeah, it's like there's nothing embarrassing about that. Like
I just thought if like 6 months in I had 4 followers, I would be like, all right, I'm out of here.
Yeah,
This never
yeah.
happened. But yeah, so then she jokes with me too. So like selling tickets is stressful. Nashville has so much stuff to do.
Yeah.
People are last minute. So like the week of a show, I'll be like, this show, whatever. And like, she's like, remember, this is supposed to be fun.
Yeah.
And I'm
Yeah.
like, oh yeah. Shit.
Yeah.
But then like, I felt my phone, like I'm selling tickets to a show tonight. And
Yeah.
I'm just like fired up for the comics on
Yeah.
the show.
That's so cool.
So like, I got to remind myself it's a hobby. So like when I started charging people, I still wanted it to be very like informal.
Mm-hmm.
I'm cheap. If you like my shit, great. If you don't, then find somebody else. Like I'm not like, this isn't my sole
Super competitive.
purpose.
Yeah.
But yeah, and like I need to find like a balance because like I have a regular job,
Mm-hmm.
I have a wife, I have a 6-year-old daughter,
Yeah.
and I'm part-time military.
Yeah.
I've been in the National Guard for 17 years. So
Yeah.
how many things can I take on to where this hobby is still fun?
Yeah.
But I also find that like comics are artists as much as people don't want to say that.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
They are artists and they literally suck at all the details.
Yeah. Yeah.
So like they double book themselves.
Yeah, yeah.
And they forget what time a show is,
Yeah.
or they go to the wrong location or whatever. And like I find myself to be like, I think I'm a pretty good communicator in like corporate America,
Yeah.
but I find myself to be like an elite communicator.
Oh yeah.
in
You are great
the
at
comedy
communicating.
world. Like,
yeah.
I'm just like, send me your graphic. What day are you dropping the special? Like all this stuff. And like, I think because I'm like kind of an outside brain in the comedy world, it's just worked really well. Like for venues and like comics will try to get shows going all the time at venues. They struggle with like follow through, actually setting it up. Because like venues, until you prove to them like you can run a successful show, they're gonna be skeptical.
Yeah, I still don't even know how we're doing this, like the showcase.
Oh, what do you mean?
I was just shocked that like I think I asked you at one point. I was like, they're down with this. Like, I was like when we were email corresponding with Zanies, I was like that's like imposter syndrome. I was like, wait, like are we like still shooting the shit or like?
Remember, I still have that too.
Yeah.
Like the night of the show, I said it was great. Like I've been in the green room. I've hung with I know tons of comics.
Yeah.
At Zanies, but that was the first time I was like Sam was coming to me on like what the game plan for the show is. Like, I've always been around, but I belonged that night.
Yeah,
it was just cool. Like you,
I
Taylor,
love
and
that.
Will sitting on the couch and like hanging with, and like the post show was just like the weight off your shoulders was so fun.
I'm just smiling.
I think I saw
about
you
it.
talk about your girlfriend like pre-show because I started to kind of like clear the green room.
Yeah.
So I'm just like, all right, we need everybody out
and
there.
And I asked her very specifically to stay in there at first.
Yeah,
and then I kicked her out.
Well, I could see it on you because
I was having like 10 panic attacks.
I was like, we need all these people to be laughers in the audience.
I appreciate
also, the green room can be overwhelming, and like I knew you were in your head, and I was just like,
sounds so diva-ish, but
no, not diva. It's just like if this dude needs to yak before he goes on stage, he needs some privacy.
I was very sure I was gonna throw up. Like
you looked awful. So I kind of started to be like, all right, go watch the show.
Yeah.
And then when you said like even Mackenzie, it's like, I just need to be alone.
Yeah, I was like, hey, like, I hope you don't take offense to this. I love you so. And it's so funny because before the show, like, days leading up to it, I was like, hey, no matter what happens in the chaos, will you please stay in there by my side? Because I was like, I need someone.
That's so funny. That was the prep.
Yeah, and it was like, I told her, I was like, no matter like all the people that are there, like, I just need you right there. Like, even my parents, I love them. But I was like, I'm really nervous that they're even here. Like, I don't want to be sitting with them about to go on stage. So I'd love for them to go have fun and like have drinks and stuff. Yeah. And then eventually I had to unfortunately tell Mackenzie, I was like, hey, I mean, it was not like an argument.
She's got like the nerves too.
Oh, her friends were there. Like
she's got the nerves of like
her friends drove from Atlanta.
It's also I always ask my wife's like, you got to stop asking me if I'm okay.
Yeah.
Like in those moments where I'm like, are you good? Are you good? She's like, I'm good. I'll
Yeah.
let you know if I'm not. But like that felt like the moment where you're just like, I need a minute.
Yeah,
which is fair.
And we both laughed looking back on it because it was not like a harsh at all. Like she's like, oh yeah, of course. Like it's more me like begging
realizing,
you for days
like,
to
whoops.
stay. I was like,
I was wrong. I need a minute.
This is not what I wanted. This is pure hell.
Yeah.
I've talked about that so much, but
yeah, we talked about doing this pod forever. The ice storm. I was coming over on the day of the ice storm, which
you were gonna do it in the morning, and then I had someone scheduled for that night, and I forgot who it was. Like it may have been a JP, but I remember that day was supposed to be big. Like I was supposed to get a couple episodes out of that day, and then the ice storm destroyed Nashville.
We're in the studio.
Yeah,
baby.
now we're in the this past weekend looking studio.
Yeah,
or at least like the OG this past weekend episodes. It looks like. I don't know if Lee would like me saying this, so I can cut this. If not, you can kind of be the teller if this is something that you think like he'd be cool with. But when we had that talk that I've talked about in here, like before my show, when he gave me like 2.5 hours of like the best advice ever from like a super successful comedian, he was just telling me, he was like, almost like we were joking about that optimistic pessimism, like scared of that. He's like, dude, like I think he said what he does. I think he called it the comedy middle class. Is that like a derogatory term, you think?
No, I don't think.
I thought it was so cool sounding. He was like...
But explain that.
He basically was like...
For all the listeners.
Yeah, he was like, basically people coming into comedy, like you, that don't know much, like you think it's either you're failing at open mics and you're like a depressed artist, or you're Chappelle in arenas. And he's like, not many people know that like when you pull the curtain back, there are so many of us that like are making a living from comedy, that are crushing, having fun. Our lives aren't altered that differently. Like I can't like not walk into Walmart or Publix or something.
Yeah.
But he was like, and there's this beautiful sweet spot that is like 85% of comedy. Totally. That's not the bottom or top. And when he said that, it made comedy seem so much more not attainable, but like fun and something that like you would want. Like it's like that's so cool. Like there's this
that's not at all derogatory. Like he won't,
because I thought that was like so inspirational sounding. I was like, oh, like I don't know why.
Lee on here somewhere, right? Like Lee Kimbrell. He's like,
I've had him on that one time with the audio issues, but
I call him the Theo Whisperer. Like he goes on tour with Theo Von, and like he gets Theo in the right headspace.
He told me so much about that stuff.
Like it's interesting because that is the middle class, and like when I first started watching Lee's stuff, I was like, dude, this dude crushes. And like, he won't take offense to this too, but like, he's not like being recognized everywhere, but like he's opening at Theo shows.
His shows all the time.
And
like
murdering.
Yeah.
And like, that tells you how little like when somebody says like, oh, I love stand-up comedy, that typically means they know two comics.
That's what I mean. Yeah, it's like I didn't realize this 85% in the middle.
Yeah,
that's like
everybody is laughing their ass off at Lee and maybe Zach Townsend or whoever before the Theo show.
Yeah.
Nobody walks out of there and is like, let me find Lee Kimbrell.
Yeah, yeah.
And it's just like all that's on their brain is they just watch Theo for 60 minutes. So like they can't even go back to like, wait, who was that bald dude that opened?
Did you see that clip where he said that he did Bridgestone and then he was at a bar in like Kentucky and the guy was like, I just saw you at Bridgestone a couple months ago. And he's like, yeah, isn't this like a fun world?
And I love Lee. He's a great comic, but also I love his humility. Like I find I really relate like the middle class of like, yes, you're at Zany's one night, but you're also not too good for my little ass shows.
Yeah.
So like that's where like I know like those are good people where it's like, hell yeah, I'll do 20 on your show. Would love to. It's a Wednesday. Why not?
Yeah.
So like he's not above anything in the comedy world, but he's also Theo's opener. So like, both can be true.
And he does like his own solo shows that are incredible too.
Yeah, he's great. And like not to glaze him the whole time, but
I've glazed him so many times on here.
He's just such a calm brain, like going into a show. I always text him like lineups if he's on shows. I'm like, does this feel right? He's like, yeah, that's great. Or like, we'll talk about who makes sense after so-and-so. We got to put a strong comic after you because if the room's fucking flat, we'll bounce back. I'm just kidding.
No, I mean, I actually, not just like too inside baseball. The 5-minute set that I've been, like I was thinking that I was going to do, I rewrote a ton of it the other day, which is either for good or for bad.
Okay.
But a lot of it was material that was similar to the January 6th show. Like some of it still had to do with busting with the boys, but it was more
just trying to generalize it.
This podcast that I work for with these two NFL players. But like it just felt too I was like I don't want my next show, like not an open mic or something, but like my next thing I do with some of the same comedians that I just performed with a couple months ago, which I know they do tons of shows.
Yeah.
So that's not weird for them to see. Like to them it's been a long time, but to me, this is like my first next show. I just didn't want to do like material that was super similar and to be like, oh, he's just the guy that does like the busting material.
Yeah.
So I basically made the set where there's nothing to do with them.
That's kind of why I booked you too. It's like I need to challenge you to figure out different stuff.
Yeah. I'm scared. Like it may completely bomb. I really like the stuff. Like
that's all that matters.
It was so like. It was like the first time since that show where I was like nervously writing for that show where I started liking stuff. It's like the first time where I like really enjoyed writing the other night where I was like, man, like I actually really like this stuff. And then like put it down the next day, pick it back up.
That's the like back to like not having a financial motive. Like that tells me you love comedy. Like, writing down like my favorite example of like a broken comic is he's so broken. But Mark Norman, like he'll sell out a theater and then ask where the nearest Don't Tell is because he wants to try a new 10. He'll crush for his sold out theater because those are high ticket buyers. But he's like, I want to go work on this new 10. And like he's got like a page to stage on Punch Up, which is super sick. It's like taking a joke idea. I think it was probably filmed over like 2 or 3 months, but like taking a joke idea and then like making it a complete joke. And he literally tweaks like one word. He'll be like in the Uber on the way from like New York Comedy Club to the Cellar. And it's like, they don't like that word, blah, blah, blah. So he's just like massaging this joke for like 2 or 3 months and like the detail in like each word. Like, he's obsessed with that. And like, that's why like.
That's so cool.
Like he's broken.
Yeah.
Like broken for comedy. Like, He always says like, this could all go away at any point. Like I'm doing every show I can do. Like,
that's a good attitude to have.
But
I'm glad I like it because I like if I didn't like the writing part, that would be very unfortunate. Because I was like, then I'm kind of done.
Yeah, like that shows that, like you're in it for the love of the game.
Yeah, it is so fun. Do you think there's any part of you that ever wants to do comedy?
No, I get asked this all the time.
It's not like a trick question.
No, it's not. I get asked this all the time, and I actually never wanted to do stand up, but I've always loved stand up. Like kind of I grew up like super religious, so I would be watching like Brian Regan, Jim Gaffigan. Like, those guys were great. Still love them, but like. A lot of clean comedy is pretty cheesy.
Mm-hmm.
So then when I kind of like left the religious world, I was like, oh shit, I love all comedy.
Yeah,
Those were
yeah,
just
yeah.
like the ones my parents were letting me
Yeah.
watch. And like Nate or whatever. But back to the question. I could never do comedy at this point because I've watched so much. Like,
Yeah.
I don't think I could have like original ideas.
Yeah.
I think I would be like, oh shit, I just wrote a Mark Norman bit. Or a
Yeah,
Joe List.
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
I don't think I could have like original ideas at this
Yeah,
point.
that makes sense.
Or like an original style.
Because I'm a huge comedy fan, but I don't watch so much.
Yeah.
Where it's like I have the people I like, but
Most
it's like
comics don't. Like,
yeah.
They just can't consume it. Like some do, but like I can tell like you just almost need your own brain to have its own
Yeah,
freedom.
not even like because I do comedy, but it's like I did force myself like a year ago just to like I have just such a not compulsive like you can almost call it like addictive like personality where it's like with just things like over planning stuff like that's why it's been huge to even know you because it's like it's been nice to be like all right, this seems like a mutually beneficial. I think like
100%.
like that's like his world. I'll let him do it because like normally I would want to just do everything and like take over everything. So like,
Yeah.
that's been nice. That's been like one step like mentally to like help myself. And another one is like comedy or podcasts that I like. I used to like on a weekly basis. This sounds so stupid, but it was so debilitating. I was like, there's like 15 podcasts I need to watch, and if I don't watch one of them, like I'm out of the loop.
I think I shared that with you.
Yeah.
I struggled with that because
It was a real thing, and I finally just made myself. I'm like, what are the two pods I want? And it's like Son of a Boy Dad, and that's really the only one I listen to.
yeah, I
now.
literally like have a few can't misses, but in the beginning I was like, I owe every comic this. And then also like when I was first starting the page, I liked finding like podcasts that were just starting, like
Mhm.
supporting those,
Same,
whatever. And like whether they were good or not, I
Yeah.
felt like I needed to force myself to. I'm like, what am I doing? To
Yeah,
myself? And like
even
obviously-
like you watch this one, I'm like, dude, you do not need.
I think I watched this one because it's like
Because we're working
gives me
together.
a pulse on like
Yeah, yeah.
what's new, whatever. And
Yeah.
honestly, I just like supporting. Like, whatever. But yeah, like I do, and like it makes people more human.
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
like,
yeah, for sure.
These people that I talk to or whatever, and like
Mhm.
yeah, it isn't. It's so funny because the whole time, you and Clump were just like so grateful. It's like thanks for doing all this, thanks for doing this, and like. Yes, I was helping, but also I'm winning too. Like I'm
That's
sitting in the
good.
green room with my logo on the bus and page.
Yeah.
It's like there is wins both
Yeah.
directions.
We did like when we're sitting in these like little meetings at the office, like trying to plan stuff. We are like, we got to make sure he's getting something out of this because we're like, we're not making any money here,
Yeah,
so
yeah,
we're like,
yeah.
we got to at least like do something. And like we would be blunt with you. We're like, how can we help you? It's like the logo.
Yeah.
Like we don't realize things like that, and
Yeah,
it's like,
this is in like I think I told you before the pod, but like I'm announcing a show in Brooklyn.
yeah,
today,
yeah,
and
it's sick.
it's gonna be a sweet show at like a Williamsburg club. Should we
Mhm.
start that clock or no?
Dude, it's every studio I've ever worked in, like including Bustin'. I set up one of those clocks and I never turned on.
That's killer.
I looked down because I was like, what time is it? It's either 9:15 or 9 or 10.
You're good. You can cut all this, but
No,
the whole episode.
Yeah.
So yeah, like I'm announcing a show in Brooklyn, and like I literally called the club. He said like looking for producers of shows, and I
Mhm.
literally just like DM'd him, was just like remote producer. And He
Yeah.
was like, hell yeah, let's talk. So
Yeah.
I like called and I just said like, let me set the stage. I don't want to make any money in New York.
Yeah.
Maybe the headliner Venmos would be $50 for
Yeah,
helping
yeah,
out, right? But I don't want to like create a tax debacle in
Yeah.
New York City for one show.
Yeah.
Or maybe a quarterly, even monthly. I'm just like, I was like, most people would probably like, tell me about the money. And I'm just like, please don't send any money
Mhm.
to my business.
Yeah.
So like, I literally just like hit him up. I'm like, I think my special page will help me book people that like are quite frankly out of my league.
Yeah.
I looked at his, they run an awesome show, and I've seen some names on there. I'm like, I know them. Or
Yeah.
whatever. So I'm like, cool. Like, let me do this show, and it'll put my logo up in New York. And like, I'm just gonna start with like a big time headliner,
Yeah.
and then I think this might be arrogant of me, but I think people will be like, oh shit, I know that logo. Like,
Yeah.
you book this
Yeah.
because it helps so many people with their special promotion. So I think people will be like, yeah, I'll jump on that or whatever. But I thought I could turn it into either like a big time headlining show, which
Mhm.
typically doesn't happen at like New York clubs that run like showcases. Like that dude does 3 house shows
Yeah.
a night on the weekend, which
Mhm.
is like a great lineups, showcase.
Mhm.
And it'll be like probably like an 8, a 9:30, and 11.
Mhm.
Like 3 shows, they'll probably all sell out. But like this will be extended stage time for a headliner, or if like somebody wants to like get ready to tape their hour.
Mm-hmm.
That's really hard to do in New York.
Yeah.
You're not like a touring headliner.
Yeah.
Because all shows are showcases.
Yeah.
Even the Cellar, it's like 10, 15, 20 minutes
Yeah.
sets. So if they're like, I need to run my hour and see if it's ready to tape, I could help them do that.
Yeah.
Which kind of ties back to the special thing. But yeah, it's like not about the money. It's
Yeah.
like very cool to just like produce a show in New York.
That is so sick.
And like the club will provide me with like their go-to host who is, I think his name's Nick Hopping.
Mm-hmm.
He's a comic and owns the club. So like, he's like, yeah, dude, I'll set you
sick.
up. So like, I don't need boots on the ground up there. It's just like,
Yeah.
here's the lineup, here's the promo,
Yeah.
pushing the show.
That is so sick.
So
That would be the dream. Just do a bunch of those.
I don't know how we got on that topic, but like,
Yeah. I don't know
it's
either.
the logo. Like,
Yeah.
you guys are like, how can we help you? It's just like, I don't know. It's cool to go to the busing warehouse every once in a while.
Yeah.
And be welcome and meet all the dudes. Like, it's not.
Yeah.
It's genuinely cool to be like part of that world. Like when
Yeah.
my wife saw it on like the Zany's website, she's like, "That's crazy."
Yeah.
I'm like, I know,
Dude, seeing my name on their calendar is so like imposter syndrome. Like, what are we doing?
especially when we took Taylor and Will off the poster.
Yeah,
where I'm
yeah.
just like, this is literally
It's just
a
me.
Jarod Beeman
And on their
poster.
calendar, it just says Jarod Beeman.
Yeah, I know.
It's so like, I'm like, oh, that. I'm like, I won't even say those thoughts on here. I'm
Yeah,
like,
that's fair.
Worst case scenario, like, we can do it somewhere else.
Yeah.
I can even cut that. Like, I'm
remember-
like, if this bombs, like, we can find a little
Yeah.
restaurant to do it
Yeah.
in moving forward if
yeah,
we want to
yeah,
even move
yeah.
forward with it.
We will, dude. It's
yeah.
so funny because
Buy tickets.
it's just a showcase. Like,
Yeah.
we're gonna put great comics on it.
Yeah.
And everybody's gonna remember like
Yeah.
you flubbing around for 5 minutes at the beginning and
Yeah.
then seeing great comics. Like, and it'll be a fun night. And I mean, I've seen Bussin' fans come out to stuff. Like, I went to the zoo day
Yeah.
for the dads, and I remember texting Sherm. I'm just like, any clue how many people are showing up to this? And him and Will were like, there might be nobody,
Yeah.
but there might be 50. And it's like, there was 50. Last minute, barely promoted. It's just
They
like,
thought there was a good chance that no one would come.
I wasn't
That's
sure
why
either.
the whole company came. That's why all of us went.
Yeah.
Not like we weren't mandatory. It was like, hey guys, please come out.
Yeah. I genuinely was like, but that's like kind of the execution of like social media. I'm just like, do you have any sign up sheet? Do you have any clue? And they're just like, no.
Nope.
Like and then like the beginning, I think Chef had to edit out a bunch of stuff, which was so funny because like Sherman's like, we're gonna have a table, we're gonna have merch, we're
Yep,
gonna have
yeah.
like a whatever, and Will's like promising all this stuff. And while I was watching it, I'm just like, they can't do any of that.
Yeah,
at
no.
Nashville Zoo.
There was no like, I think Nashville Zoo is very like, yeah, you can invite people to come to the zoo. Like, it's not a partnership. Like, we don't.
You're not
Like,
a
it may.
part of it.
It's like,
Yeah.
I guess maybe like we were allowed to be there and allowed to maybe film. I don't even know if we could. I don't even know if we filmed anything. Was there a vlog out of that? I don't even know.
I don't think there was.
It's
No,
just a
'cause-
feel good, meet the guys
No,
event.
like 'cause I think they wanted to make it not feel like that. Like JP didn't have a camera. Nobody had a camera.
Yeah, I think it
don't
was really just like a
Took
hangout
a group
thing.
photo and
yeah.
like they wanted to be casual, and also like they didn't want to be stuck there. Like I think Will had to leave pretty early on.
Yeah.
because Rue was exhausted or whatever. Which
Yeah.
I get that.
Yeah.
What's up, you guys? We're going to take a quick break from this episode to give one quick shout out. If you're enjoying this show and you want to see me live, head over to jaredbeeman.com. That's where you'll find all my upcoming dates, shows I'm performing on, guest spots I'm popping into, and anywhere I'm performing live. You can also visit there to contact me for any business inquiries or bookings. Grab your tickets, come out to a show, and I will see you there. Visit jaredbeeman.com right now. Let's get back into the episode.
It's all like I get all the time. Like, what's the end goal? And my answer is I'm beyond it. Like I
Yeah.
can't believe anybody gives a shit about
Yeah.
what I'm doing. I can't believe there's 20 like great comics that I love that text me and ask for help on
Yeah.
promo. Like I'm already beyond
Yeah.
what I thought it would be. I also get DM'd and emailed all the time. It's like, hey team, or like, love what you guys are building. I'm like, I am one guy in my
It's just
basement with
me.
a full-time job.
You really would assume it's one of those like a not a real page, like a real company with the page. Like I remember
It's a
back.
huge compliment.
I remember back in the day, one of my buddies a stretch, a guy I knew in college, he owned a meme page, kind of like what you were talking about earlier, where it had like millions of followers, but like no engagement. And he would sell posts to be on there. And I remember back then, me and my friend had a video production company called B-Roll. And I remember I was like, hey, can we buy an ad on there, basically? I didn't understand that that's pretty much useless.
Yeah.
And he told me, like, he was pretty honest, which is hilarious. He's like, you may not get a follower. And I was like, no, like I'd like to. And he's like, Usually I kind of like rip people off. Like
Just
usually,
a fake million people.
yeah. And he's like, usually I
crazy.
charge like $100 or something. He's like, dude, if you like buy me dinner, like, cause he like lived like maybe like in the same
Yeah.
apartment complex or something. And I think I literally bought him like Subway,
It's crazy for him
and we
to
got
have, like,
nothing from it.
to have built this thing and then just be like, it's worth it.
Yeah, he's like, cause I know you in real life. Like, I gotta be blunt. Like, you're not gonna get anything. And I was stupidly optimistic. I was like, no, I think like, there's no way. Like millions of like statistically, some people have to follow us. Nothing. Like,
Nothing.
and I'm dumb. Like, why would his meme page audience that kind of isn't real in the first place
Jump over to like
buy a video production? Like, we were a freelance video company. Like, we did music videos. Like, I don't
Yeah.
think the artists are.
But you just see a million and you think like that's gonna be relevant.
Yeah, someone out of that million, even if like a 1%. You know what I mean? It's like
Yeah.
those kind of numbers. It's like that's just I don't know. It's not how it works.
It's just a dumpster of
Yeah.
memes.
Because a million people are also. It's not a million people that are gonna see it. It's like.
No.
I don't know. I mean, literally, like the post got like 30 likes, and it was like not a single follower, not a single anything. I was like, oh, that was stupid. That was a waste of a $5
Subway.
foot long. Yeah, it was
Dude,
stupid.
I miss the days of cheap Subway.
Oh, dude, I still get Subway a lot. I guess it's not cheap anymore, but
It's not, dude.
$7
Also-
for a foot long, I think.
Kind of garbage.
Oh, everyone thinks that. Like, I can't. I love Subway.
Really?
Yeah,
Didn't
like
they get
it's
caught
like
with-
nostalgic in my head. I think.
They got caught with they had like yoga mat material in their bread.
Shit, no, I didn't know that. What I heard
This was a long time ago and they've cleaned it up.
what I've heard people say, which I have no idea if this is true, this may just be one of those like fake things, is that they couldn't call the bread for a while because there's so much sugar in it. It was technically a pastry. That sounds like a fake headline.
Sounds like
but,
an Onion article, but also
yeah, but like,
very possible.
I mean, their bread is terrible. I think they've made it a little bit better, but the Italian herbs and cheese, the flatbread's not the same it used to be.
It doesn't feel like bread when you
It
compare it
is
to
so
all the other
good,
sandwiches.
though.
That's crazy.
The
to
Italian
still be
herbs
on
and
Subway.
cheese. I had one the other night. And they changed the names of the sandwiches. Like it used to be called a spicy Italian, and now there's like 9 different Italians with these like bullshit names. And I went in the other night and I was like,
I can't believe you're the only person I know that still.
I
supports
know
Subway.
no one
they're
that gets Subway.
crushing- They still have stores everywhere. I don't know who the hell's eating there.
oh yeah, there's 2 within like almost walking distance of my house. Not really, but like within a mile. And I went in, I was like, do y'all like have the spicy Italian? Like, what is that now? And he's like, it's basically this thing. He's like, I can make it a spicy Italian.
Rebranded it.
Yeah, and I was like, thank you. And he made it, and it was fucking incredible.
I feel like Subway. This is a long segment on Subway, but it was good when it was cheap. When it graduated from being cheap, I'm out.
Yeah, you're right.
I think it was like high school.
I have
budget.
weird nostalgia with Subway. And
Yeah.
in college, part of our meal plan, which you could also go to the Subway on campus, and that counted as a meal.
Mm.
So I also would just like eat Subway all the time.
Yeah.
God, I love Subway. You know what I like there, which is weird? I hate seafood. I hate anything that came from
Crab.
the ocean or whatever. They're tuna.
Okay.
I love. And I've heard it's not tuna.
I'm sure it's not, yeah.
mayo with, and I don't even really like mayo.
Yeah.
But like whatever the hell they put in that tuna is so nostalgic for me.
Yeah.
Because I ate it when I was a kid.
Takes
God,
you back.
it is so. Yeah, the thing I lied about that Italian store is I asked for tuna at first and they were out. And I told him, I was like, so tuna's hot? Like people are liking it? He's like, no, we barely even have it. I was
They
like,
just aren't
oh.
slinging it.
I was
Yeah.
like, oh, okay.
It doesn't make sense. To
Yeah,
keep in stock.
I've never been in a Subway with another person in there. It's always empty.
Empty.
I'm always the only person.
You don't eat there, do you?
In there?
Yeah.
No.
Oh, that's psychopath.
No, that would be insane. I mean, I don't think when I was a kid, like when we'd go on road trips, my dad we'd always stop at Subway. It's like
Yeah.
my weird nostalgic place. I tried to do a DoorDash order on there to pick up this night. And when I showed up, I was like, hey, like pick up for Jarod. He's like, we don't even, he's like,
No communication.
yeah, he was like, I don't think anyone's ever ordered that. I was like, oh, he's like, can you just show me that you paid for it and then you can just get whatever you want? I was like, oh yeah. I was like, this is what I ordered. He's like, oh, okay. He's like, well then we can just do it here.
That's.
And then he just made the sandwich.
I think also I'm ruined on Subway being in the military. They're on like
Yeah.
every base.
Oh,
I think
really?
it's like
That's interesting. I didn't know that.
Domino's is up there too, but like because of military bases,
Yeah.
Subway's in like more countries than like any other chain restaurant or something crazy like that.
Is KFC?
KFC's at some, but it's like
I just know they say that KFC is like one of the most international,
Yeah,
which is
there's a-
random.
like
But
KFC. There's like a couple other, but like Subway feels like it's lasted forever. At like if you go to like Japan, there's a Subway.
Yeah.
So like
it's so weird.
I think it's like when you're on base and you need something quick to eat, everybody just eats Subway, and I'm
And it doesn't feel
burnt
that
out.
bad, like compared to
Yeah,
like a
it feels- yeah.
McDonald's or something like that.
They're Jared Fogle. Speaking
Yeah,
of,
that hurt me a lot. That being my name. There's
Same
no
name is
other
not
famous
great.
Jareds, and that was the only one growing up.
Yeah.
That was like the joke in middle school and high school was, oh, Jared.
Brutal documentary. I don't know if you watched that one. I think it's HBO. You were talking about documentaries last week.
Yes, I did watch that. I was going to say, I
Tough
did
watch.
watch. I kind of don't remember, but I do. Yes. It was talking about him like touring the country and stuff.
Yeah,
they
I
showed a
watched
bunch of
it,
that.
and
Yeah.
like, you ever click on something and you get rolling on it? It's like, this is a closed story. I'm
Yeah.
not learning anything, but it was so well done that I just watched it. But you get to the end, it's just like, I feel gross, and I knew the Jared Fogle story.
Yeah,
Why
it's
did I
like,
just watch
yeah,
that?
I didn't need. I have finally gotten to the point with myself where the documentary that Michelangelo a couple weeks ago episode, y'all should watch that. The documentary he was talking about that you asked me about,
Yeah.
and it's kind of funny because I don't think I responded because once you, or maybe I did, but when you asked me about that, I was like, what is that called? And then I looked trying to find it, and then when I did find it, I was by myself for some reason. I think maybe Mackenzie was out of town, and I was gonna sit and watch it, and I was like, I don't want to be sad right now.
What was it? Yeah, I forget.
It's about the journalist that was beheaded.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and I will watch it.
His passion for it told
Yeah.
me I need to watch it, but
Yeah,
everything in me is like, I don't need to
Yeah,
watch
I was
that.
gonna sit down and watch it, and I eventually will. But I remember when I did sit down to watch it, like I did end up finding it. I was like, I'm not gonna. I was like,
I mentioned I'm an elite communicator. You're not.
I'm
great.
terrible. And it's funny because
That's an age difference too. Though,
I used to be really good, but and I've talked about this on here before. I used to be so on my phone and answer every single thing, and then finally, like I just like don't have like it's not on do not disturb. Like notifications are just off on everything.
Yeah, I heard you talk.
I almost like, unless it's for work, like I have Slack on and maybe emails on, but for good or for bad, everything has notifications off. So like if someone reaches out to me which is terrible, like I just have to stumble upon it where I'm like, oh yeah, they said so. Like I'll like find a text. I'm like, oh yeah, someone texted me.
I've learned how to communicate with you because like in the beginning I'm like, I don't want to bug them, but sometimes I'm just like,
No,
this
you're
guy
never
just
bugging me.
needs-
There's like 5 people
message.
that I text, and it's like you, my girlfriend, my mom, busting with the boys.
Perfect.
That might be a Sherman.
What an honor.
Me and Sherman
What an
text a
honor
lot.
to
That's
be in
about
that.
it.
Yeah, Sherm sucks at texting too.
Oh yeah, but then like me and Sherm's text will literally be like
7 blues. in
yeah,
a
like
row.
look how many blues that I had to him.
Yeah.
It's like
But then,
he
what's
never
interesting
responds.
is I've learned this with comics too, because my brain is like when I'm sending them stuff, it's like, hey, do this, do this, do this, do
Mhm.
this, and these are like relationships I built. Like they want
Yeah.
that kind of like hand holding. They're
Yeah.
so bad at self promo.
Yeah.
But I've realized men get made fun of for this, but everybody's like they will only answer the last thing I sent.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, dude, there's 4 more questions up there.
Yep.
So like I have to be careful. It's
I'm
just like,
definitely guilty of
if I
that.
truly need one thing, I got to leave that as the last thing. Even though I have like a new thought for them or like
Yeah.
a new graphic, it's like if I send them a graphic, they won't see the last question. I
Yeah,
asked
yeah,
them,
yeah.
which is so funny.
It's so funny 'cause I think the exact same way, but I'm like the perpetrator of this a lot now. And it really is like, I don't know. It's like I'm on this weird thing. Like I keep talking about for the last year where like
text journey.
it's so lame to blame all this on like mental health, but like I'm such a antsy, anxious person that I'm
Yeah.
really trying to like, I don't even know, like just get off my phone.
It's super healthy. Honestly, I'm jealous of your world.
I'm so glad. Like, I'm complimented that you're a bad responder. I'm like, that's not actually
No, no,
good.
no.
But I'm like, man, I'm kind of almost like worked to get there.
That's impressive, but also it's interesting because I've had previous jobs. My job now in
Yeah.
corporate America is very like log in,
Yeah,
get my
yeah,
stuff done, get out. I've had jobs where like I was a manager for I don't think I'll say the company, but
Yeah.
the international, and it was overseas.
Yeah.
And I would literally just wake up to emails and texts from people in China. Like people were like working at all times.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
Japan, China, Switzerland, whatever. So like I did have that like phone dependency. And when I got to my new job, I'm like, I'm not putting email on my phone.
Yep.
Like,
Yeah.
And my boss has my number. If there's anything urgent, she texts me. And
Mhm.
I work from home. I've never been to the office.
Yeah.
So like there's no reason that upstairs I need my work email when
Yeah.
I can get a text and go down to the basement
Yeah.
and log on. So like I have finally separated
It's nice.
that
Yeah.
world and like built a healthy relationship with work, but like the hobby stuff isn't work. So like, but also I don't scroll.
See,
I
I scroll a little bit.
I don't get on like my personal page anymore.
Yeah,
because of
yeah.
community Discovery. So like when I'm there to post a special and then I get out. Like,
That's why I have AI do a bunch of my stuff now,
yeah.
which is a whole different conversation. Like,
Oh, you know how much I hate that.
oh yeah, dude.
I mean, to do like tasks, do you know, or have I told you like all my podcast clips are AI? I can tell they're Opus, right?
Yeah, they're Opus. Yeah. I like them. Like, I think they're good enough.
They are good.
Yeah.
For a side project, like, I don't blame you.
I don't do it for work. It's because I edit clips all day for work where I'm like, God, I don't want to come home and edit. And it's like, it pretty much makes the clips that I would want. The little trailers that I make, I go into Opus and like, because you can edit in Opus.
Yeah.
And it's like, I touch up every clip that goes out. And it spits out 30. And I'm sure some people just click schedule on all 30 and they're like, fucking hope those are good.
Yeah.
I like pick out like
You
2.
find the best, yeah.
I pick out 2, I shave them, like make them look good. It's more just like where I don't have to sit down, like listen to this hour.
Yeah.
And then like go through again where I'm like, I've been doing this all day.
Yeah, I also...
And I think it's only going to get better too.
Your side project is the thing that you do
Yeah,
already.
exactly,
So that's very
yeah.
hard to have like so much. Like I talked to you about like editing and stuff like that. You're just like, I just can't look at a computer.
That was
anymore.
another thing I had to draw the line. I was like, I used to do freelance work and I was like, am I even noticing like, let's call it $100 extra? I'm like, not that I make a lot of money at all, but I'm like, it really is not worth like literally being miserable at night where I'm like,
Yeah.
all I've done today is edit videos and then just like lay my head back.
Yeah.
And it's like a lot of days I already am doing that at work where it's like, I'll stay super late at work, then get home, just knock out. But then it's like, I used to find myself having days where it'd be like late at work editing, get home, edit more.
Yeah.
Not that this is hard labor.
See, like
work.
mine's very separate. Like I've got my day job,
Mhm.
I've got my military job, and then like if I build graphics for an hour at night for a couple comics,
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah, exactly.
So like it's still fun.
That's why I try to do the comedy. I gotta write or something. That's fun.
I gotta name drop the craziest client I have.
Who? Oh.
Stormy Daniels.
Yeah. I was gonna ask earlier, but I didn't know if you
No,
wanted to
it's
bring it up.
public knowledge.
Yeah.
Like I saw her. I feel like the algorithm just feeds me. I don't think she'll mind this, but the algorithm just feeds me bad graphics.
Yeah.
So like her original tour date was just like a picture of her and then just like clearly just like Word doc text. of
Yeah.
all the tour dates. I just like DM'd her. I'm like, hey, could you? And I think a comic might have like referred her to me or something.
Mhm.
But
She does so she does comedy.
she does comedy. She calls it like comedic storytelling. I think
Yeah.
she essentially just goes on tour and talks shit about Trump.
Yeah.
And like some porn industry,
Yeah.
whatever. But she did say in the beginning, like people thought it was like a strip show. She's like, I
Yeah.
do need to clearly say like comedic storytelling. Blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
But she did tell me, she's like, I'm not like writing jokes. I'm telling stories. There's funny things in
That's
them.
cool, yeah.
There's punchlines, but like she's very self aware. She's like, I'm not writing another hour. Like this is my hour that I tell.
Yeah.
And like I'll tour it. And go
Almost
to
like she
cities
could do
where-
like a residency or something
Correct,
like that.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like she was like, a couple clubs have asked me to come back, and I'm just like, I'll come back, but like it's the same hour. So if the
Yeah.
same people, like they might be disappointed or they might just want to meet me.
That's sick. That's cool. That's like
But yeah, she's like, she hit me up the other day and she was just like, I mean this as a compliment, but like I am surrounded by a bunch of people that like struggle with things. She goes, thanks for not being like a dipshit. And just like, basically I anticipate what she needs. And
Yeah.
like, here's your whatever. I've kind of taught her like socials. I'm like, post this, put music to it, blah, blah, blah. Like people grow these huge followings and just like don't understand social media.
that's so nuts. Stormy Daniels.
But like, yeah, when I told my wife, I'm like, give you a million guesses on the tour graphic I'm about to send you.
Yeah.
And she's like, I'm like, you won't get it. And I said to
Yeah.
her, she goes, no fucking way.
that is so random.
And she was in like a pretty famous big lawsuit with Trump.
Oh yeah.
So like we make jokes that like somehow Trump is paying me.
Yeah.
Through Stormy
There might be
Daniels.
dollars that you're getting that are technically from Trump.
Part of the lawsuit, yeah.
That is so
So
funny.
And she's been like super good at communicating what she needs. She like grab an opener in certain cities. Like, can you put my opener on this?
Yeah, I've
Blah,
seen
blah,
different
blah.
openers on the graphics
Yeah,
and stuff
I'm
like
just-
that.
I'm just cranking out graphics for Stormy Daniels.
That is so funny.
And, like the one time I try to have like one human conversation and then I can just like text everything. But like
Yeah.
just to kind of like set the groundwork of like what I am, what I do. This isn't my full-time job. I'll get to
Mhm.
it when I get to it. Like text me anytime. But I sent a screenshot of like the phone call log to my
Mhm.
buddies. I just said, if you'd have told like me in the 90s, like
Yeah.
whatever, it was like a 45-minute phone call with Stormy Daniels.
That is she like really cool? Is she like
Very chill, so
that's
down to
so
earth. Like she
funny.
takes a motorhome with her husband. I don't know if she has like a tour manager or whatever, but like she builds the route and just like does.
that's fun. It's
20
like
cities.
vacationing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's having a blast. Like,
Good for her. Good for
Yeah,
Stormy
it's-
Daniels.
but it's been like the epitome of like I will help anyone.
Yeah.
Like if you, like I think most people would say Stormy Daniels isn't a comic, right?
Yeah.
But like if you have an audience and you are gonna fill up some rooms and you need help, I help. Like I don't give a shit about
Yeah.
what like left or right, what show you're
Yeah.
is, like funny or not. It's like if you can convince 100 people that you're funny and to come to the
Yeah.
show for you, like who am I to judge?
Yeah, then it's a show.
Same with the specials. People put stuff out and it's like, that wasn't a special. It's like, it was to them. Like it met.
Yeah.
It's 40 minutes, high quality cameras.
Yeah. Yeah,
That's
it's a
a
special.
Yeah.
It's so funny.
I think we could talk for hours. We might have to have another episode.
Yeah, I was about to say we're gonna have to do this again. I'm about to go into the office actually. Get some never mind. I was about to talk about things we were talking about off camera.
Oh, okay.
The studio stuff.
Yeah. No worries.
Thank you guys so much for watching. Come back next Sunday where actually I'm never promising a guest again because I don't know if he'll be here, but hopefully a comedian will be on next week. Thank you so much for coming. Thank you.
Dude,
This has been a
blast.
long time in the making, and now that we're finally here, and I'm pretty sure I'm just gonna like say I'll be doing this every Friday morning, like filming wise.
Just book somebody.
Yeah, anytime you want to hop on, or I'll text you like, if you want to hop on. Like it's an open invite.
Yeah, dude, it was a blast. We've
yeah.
been. They don't realize how many times we've been trying.
Yeah,
to
I was gonna
schedule
say,
this.
and I've even pitched. I'm like, we can do it on Zoom. Like,
Yeah.
if it's Zoom, we can do it anytime.
I didn't want to do Zoom, bro. To be
It'd
in
be so
Nashville, it'd be
stupid.
So
Yeah.
garbage. Yeah.
But I hated my house studio. And when I had Leon and I had audio issues, and this had seemed like a possibility for a while. I'm like, why am I not doing this? Like,
Yeah.
why did I have Lee come
Well,
to my house?
I think we've grown like a trust and like whatever.
Yeah.
But I was telling him like it does limit your guests on like I have to be
100%.
willing to have them come to the house.
And some of the comedians that I've invited here, it's not that I wouldn't trust them in my house. It's more like creepy on my part.
Yeah, it's
Like-
a two-way street.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
I don't think they're gonna come kill me. I think they're probably more like this kid
the
that
fuck
like
am I in your
yeah,
house,
this
bro?
is very odd. It's
don't
my
know you.
girlfriend.
Yeah, here's
You
my
have to-
pets.
Yeah, you have to meet my girlfriend and all my pets before we start
Yeah.
filming. And the dog like interrupts a lot. Like she barks and
Yeah.
like I'm pretty sure I had to stop Lee's maybe a couple times with the dogs, which is like
We don't have time, but we got to talk about like you've covered it so much, but the ice debacle of just like
yeah, I was gonna like live with you.
absolute group text of like, let's go. I just remember
I
thinking,
like PTSD from that week.
I remember Sherman with the like cooking breakfast, which was a hilarious clip.
Yeah.
I'm just like, great content. However, get your baby out of there.
Yeah.
I was just like immediately like, you gotta get him out there. He's like, oh, I'm out of there. So.
Yeah. God, that sucked. Thank you guys so much for watching. See you guys next Sunday on the JBM Podcast. Peace.